So it is what it is. So anyway, when my DarksydePhil channel here on YouTube originally got shut down temporarily for the false copyright strikes, I took it as an opportunity to branch out and to narrow the brand and narrow the focus. So I created 2 new channels on YouTube. The first channel is called DSP Gaming. This is my active channel for video game playthroughs. So if you want to see me playing new games all the time, all the big blockbusters, every interesting new game, I try to touch all of them. Go over to DSP Gaming. That's where you're going to see that footage. On the other side, if you're a really big fan of fighting games and competitively playing these games, you're going to want to head over to my channel DSP Street Fighter, where I play everything from Street Fighter 4 to Marvel vs. Capcom 3 to Mortal Kombat. All the new games that come out, I try to touch them and at least give a competitive take on them. I do tutorial videos, I do instructional videos, I do online matches, I do offline matches, I cover tournaments. Everything is over on DSP Street Fighter for fighting game footage, okay? So, I have been actively now putting up new footage on DSP Gaming and DSP Street Fighter since April of 2010. This DarksydePhil channel is an archive channel for those previous videos that I had made before the channel was shortly shut down for copyright problems. Now, a lot has happened since the fall of 2010 that I do want to tell everyone about. Basically, here's what happened. I was laid off in September of 2010 from my full-time job of 5 years, and it was totally blindsided me. I did not expect it to happen. It was just bad circumstances, and unfortunately, I was high and dry. I needed a way to find income. There's absolutely no jobs in the job sector that I was working in this area, especially in Connecticut right now. The economy is really, really down, and it's really hard to find a worthwhile job. Now, I just bought this condo that I'm in 2 years ago, so I was pretty much shit out of luck unless I found something I could do right away. So, since then, I've done several different ventures, whether it was working for Google through their AdSense program, whether it was working for Blip TV, which was a website outside of YouTube where I was putting my videos for a little bit of time. And now, I'm actually working with an exclusive partnership deal with Machinima, who is one of the most popular channels on YouTube. They have several different channels for different kinds of gaming footage. And basically the deal is, Machinima has given me this opportunity to put my videos up on YouTube. You're going to see advertisements on the videos, and because those advertisements are on the videos, I'm able to make some money off of it, to the point where now, actually I was gauging it, and I wanted to see how I was doing, if it was going to be able to be something that I could live off of. And from what I can tell, from all intents and purposes, I've been working for them. Well, not for them. I'm independently contracted to let them put ads on my videos. Let's make that clear. I'm not, I'm not under salary for them or anything like that. But basically, I've been doing it for about 2 months now, and from the estimates that I've seen from my first month's performance, it's actually looking like this is going to work out, and this is going to be something I'm going to be able to do as a full-time occupation, at least for the short term. And as long as this works out over the next course of this year, it may be something I can do in the long term, which is excellent. So, yeah, if you can believe it, I'm living the dream. I've actually was laid off from my full-time job, and I've turned this hobby of simply playing video games and recording it and giving my live commentary and my insight into these games, and I'm turning it into my job, which is amazing. I mean, how many people can say that they get to do what they enjoy for their job? I mean, I am so grateful. I understand that I am completely unique in my situation. There are a lot of people who would love to do it and they just can't make it happen. Right now it's working out for me. And there's a lot of people who I love to thank. Obviously, first of all, the people at Machinima who have worked with me and are really great. I want to thank all of my fans who have followed me for the past 3 years, who are still a very dedicated fan base. No matter what I do, they say they support me, and I love it. I would like to thank my family, obviously, who in the past 6 months has been a really trying time with me losing my job, but they've been very supportive, as well as my friends, some of whom you've seen in my videos, like John Rambo, who has his own channel, John Rambo Presents, on YouTube, and Howard, who has his own channel, Howard Showcases, and several others. But yeah, what I'd like to do is give you the skinny now. So anyway, this DarksydePhil channel is an archive channel. You're not going to find new footage here. If you want to see new footage, you have to head over to DSP Gaming and DSP Street Fighter, okay? If you want to follow me outside of the gaming realm and see what I'm up to, you can see series like Ask the King, where I actually answer fan mail and things like that. That kind of stuff is over on my former partner channel. It's no longer a partner channel, The King of Hate HD, okay? There's a lot of other ways that you can find out about what I'm doing and actually interact with my fan base and the community. I have my own website. It's called thekingofhate.com. Completely fan-made. Two really great guys, Chris and Teo, and also a really dedicated fan and friend of mine, Fozy, or Foz. I forget how to pronounce her damn name. But anyway, she knows who she is. And she does a really good job on the site helping out as well. It's completely independent of YouTube, first of all. But what you'll find when you go there on the main page, you're always going to see one of the latest videos that I have up on DSP Gaming. So if you're wondering what I'm doing, go over to thekingofhate.com. On the main page, you're always going to see one of the most recent videos. You'll get to figure out what games I'm playing recently. This website, the primary use of this website is, number one, it's a great forum resource. Thousands of people, over 7,000 of my fans have registered on the site since the fall. And lots of information, there's playlists, there's all kinds of resources on the site. But it's not just about me, it's about general gaming. There's people who talk about different consoles, different genres of gaming. I mean, everything gaming related you can find on this website. It's really great. And then outside of gaming, people talk about wrestling, general discussion, all kinds of stuff on there. And it actually has a live chat, which is really cool. If you ever want to interact with some of my fans live, you can click on the chat button in the forums, and a live chat opens up, and lo and behold, there's always people in there talking it up. So it's pretty cool. Outside of that, there's a couple other things that I'm involved in. If you ever want to check out some cool DarksydePhil merch, you can go over to cafepress.com/DarksydePhil, and there's all kinds of stuff there. Not only merchandise of stuff like this, which is a fan-made logo, which is really cool, but there's also stuff related to another movement that I'm kind of involved in. The website is don'tblowthis.com, and what it is, it's called REVO, which is the Super Turbo Revolution movement. What we're trying to basically do is take the Street Fighter game that I'm the best at in a competitive level, which is Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, and we're trying to revive this game on a tournament setting and get it to be on arcade cabinets, and or the arcade version of the game being run at major Street Fighter tournaments across the country. The problem with the game is that it's outstanding. It's probably arguably one of the best Street Fighter games ever made, which is why here it is over a decade after its creation. People are still playing it at tournaments. But the problem is there was never a true loyal console port made of the game. Many console ports were made, but they all had a lot of differences from the arcade version. No one's ever been able to hone in and get a really good true to the arcade version on a home console. Therefore, we're trying to really push a movement where people can play this game on arcade cabinets. My friend Howard owns 2 arcade cabinets, Astro City Japanese cabinets, and he has them set up head-to-head. He does live streaming of some of the best Super Turbo players in the country every few weeks over on don'tblowthis.com. So if you're interested, go check that out. But yeah, there's a lot of other stuff outside of YouTube that I'm interested in, that I'm always involved in. I actually have a show called Smart Guys, which I do with John Rambo. That is a wrestling commentary show that we try to do on a weekly basis. We've done pretty well, except we had a couple bumps in the road and missed a couple episodes over the past couple of months. But he puts that up on his YouTube channel, John Rambo Presents. And there's other stuff we've been involved in as well, such as East Coast Customs, where we actually take arcade-style joysticks, we modify the parts, we upgrade the parts, we put custom artwork on them, custom colors, custom bezels, and we sold them on eBay for some pretty considerable profit. Not only are they cool because they're tournament-worthy sticks, but also we usually record ourselves when we're making them, so it's kind of like you own a piece of my whole existence here on YouTube, which is pretty neat. And we're going to do those from time to time. We did a wave of them for Marvel vs. Capcom 3, and we probably will do more in the future as joystick prices drop and they become more readily available for supply parts and things like that. But that is pretty much the gist of it. I am extremely happy that I'm able to do what I like to do as an occupation. Right now it's working out, at least from what I can see, that this will be able to be something that I can do in at least the short term, hopefully the long term. Hopefully I can turn this into something even bigger, where I can make a career out of it, and who knows, the sky's the limit. Being able to enjoy what you do for a living is just amazing. And don't get me wrong, it's not easy. I have to get up every morning, I have to, I have to rush out, buy every single game when it's brand new, and make sure that I get the footage up ASAP. All of a sudden, little things that didn't used to affect anything have become giant problems, such as if my internet's down, if there's snow outside, all kinds of stuff like that affects me. And some days I honestly put in more time doing this than I used to put in my full-time job that used to be 9 to 5. There's days when I play games for 12 to 20 hours. I mean, I remember back in the fall when some of the games like Fallout New Vegas came out, I just played them non-stop to make sure I had new footage constantly. And that is my goal, to basically entertain you, but to also let you get a view into the new games coming out, to understand if you're going to like them or not, to get an honest take from my perspective of what I think about it as a common gamer, and hopefully that gives you an opportunity to make an educated decision on whether you want to buy the game, whether you want to rent the game, or if you just want to watch me and have a few laughs. So that is it. I just want to say once again thanks to everyone who supported me. Definitely check out DSP Gaming and DSP Street Fighter, where all the new footage will be going up, and also the King of Hate HD for vlogs and other kinds of things like that in the future. I would say head over to DSP Gaming, where I am actually putting up schedule videos of the games that I will be playing in the near future, and usually I put those in my favorites over on DSP Gaming. So watch the schedule videos, you'll know what games are coming up. Again, this is an archive channel, you won't see new footage here, even though there's 90,000 subscribers, over 100 million views. This is just solely for archival purposes, and this video hopefully now explains to people who are discovering this channel for the first time what I'm about and where you can go to find my new stuff. So, I'm DSP, thanks a lot, I'm living the dream, this is amazing, hope to work with all of you in the future, hopefully meet some of you at events and things that I go to, and it can only go up from here. So thanks a lot, hope you enjoyed this explanational video, and I will see you guys over on DSP Gaming and DSP Street Fighter.